Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to understand something. We're going to learn more stuff about this ongoing investigation by the hour, not by the week, not by the few days or one day, by the hour. This young man, Mikey Williams, is the biggest name in high school basketball, probably history. I know why you're here. You know why you're here. We gotta talk about good old Mickey Mouse Williams, aka Michael Williams, on a serious manner and joke. When I'm laughing at the beginning of my video, that intro right there, I'm not laughing at Mikey or the situation, and I'll talk about that in just a second. I'm just laughing because of everything going on, and I gotta give you guys a major shout out. I'm gonna pop up some of the notifications right here. Just thank you guys so much for always tagging me and stuff like this, whether it's on Twitter or Instagram. This has easily been the most highly requested video within a year on my channel. And as to when I'm speaking, of course this video is going to go up a little later, but as to when I'm speaking, this literally just happened and I've already gotten over 100 plus notifications. I have a little funny story though to tell you guys. So this morning at about 6:30, it was about 6:35ish, I got up and I went on a morning run. I was feeling good. I don't run every day, but I'm starting to get into it and incorporate it in with my workouts. And if you're wondering why I've been running, it's because I hate it and I only do it to discipline myself. I'm also on a little diet, not trying to lose a lot of weight, but just some, tone up my body, get ready for summer. Anyways, that's besides the point. The point is I get done with my morning run, I take a shower, and about at 7:35ish, 8 a.m., I wound up heading to Buc-ee's to get me a beaver tail. If you don't know what Buc-ee's is, it's the biggest gas station in the world. I got one right near my house. And if you ever go there, get a beaver tail. Trust me. And I know it sounds crazy. I had people recommending it to me. They were like, yo, Matt, next time you go to Buc-ee's, you got to get you a beaver tail. And I'm like, probably the same shoes as y'all. Beaver tail? What's a beaver tail? I'm not getting one of those. Well, today I go in there to the bakery section and the pastry section, and I get a beaver tail, and dude, 10 out of 10. Let me put it this way. If you like cinnamon rolls and pastries, perfect combination. And the reason I even got it is because I was rewarding myself. I've been doing good on my diet, so you know how that goes. I say all that to say this. I get my beaver tail right. I get back in my car. I'm heading home, and I get a phone call. Keep in mind, this is around 7:45-ish, around 7:50 now. And I'm not going to tell you who it is because he asked not to be named. I'm just going to say it's one of my close sources. He lives in California, calls me at about, like I said, 7:45 a.m. and says, hey, Matt, I got something you might want to talk about in a video. I rarely talk to this guy, so I know right then and there it's probably going to be something important. And he tells me that Mikey Williams just got arrested. He's telling me some of the information, and while we're on the phone, I had it on speaker, and the first thing I did, I was like, man, let me see if this guy's lying. So I'm going to Twitter, I'm going to Instagram, I'm typing in Mikey Williams, and I'm not seeing too much. I was seeing some stuff where people saying, oh, apparently Mikey Williams got arrested, but I didn't see any legit sources come out and say it. And I'm not saying I necessarily didn't believe him, but there was no proof about it whatsoever up to that point. He's telling me, man, you got to jump on this. You got to jump on this before everybody else. And I'm like, well, I'll think about it. I was pretty much refreshing everything, following this situation extremely closely for the next 2-3 hours. And there was a lot of speculation going on that it wasn't Mikey Williams. It was just a person who looked like Mikey Williams. But then I was like, okay, let me go to Mikey's Instagram. He's normally active on there, and I couldn't find it. By this point in time, it's roughly 9 a.m. Turns out Mikey Williams has deactivated his Instagram. It was right then and there I was like, maybe this guy I talked to on the phone at about 8 a.m., he was right. And well, here we are. At about 10 to 11 a.m., that's when all these sources actually started confirming it. And that's currently where we are today as when I'm filming and speaking. It's been confirmed. This is Mikey Williams. So I did want to make that clear. That's the only reason I've waited a couple hours to speak on this matter and subject is because I didn't want to jump the gun way too early. I didn't want to come out here and make a video and go, oh, Mikey Williams reportedly has been arrested, and it turns out it's some random dude in California. No, I didn't want to do that. But hey, maybe next time I should report on it quicker because I got to trust my sources. I never want to be the first to report on the news. I want to be the best. So with all that being said, let's get into what has happened and let's talk about good old Mikey. First things first, let's break it down from when I saw all this information. This is one of the first tweets that started going viral, and this is when it really first got confirmed at 9:37 a.m. Matt Enfield tweeted out, "This is not good. 5-star Memphis recruit Mikey Williams, the top player in the Tigers' upcoming freshman class, has reportedly been arrested on 5 felony gun charges in San Diego area. His IG account with millions of followers has been deactivated." Continuing along here was the breakthrough source that came out and really said, okay, this is going down. ABC 24 Memphis stated, breaking, our sister station, blah, 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 no free clout, confirms Memphis recruit Mikey Williams was booked on 5 counts of assault with deadly weapon using firearm. In California, each charge carries a minimum sentence of 6 months in county jail if convicted. Key phrase each charge. It looks like he's going to have 5 if I'm seeing this correctly. 5 times 6 is 30, 30 months in jail if convicted. Yeah, that's not a good thing if you're wanting to be the next big thing. Shortly after that, that's when all the mainstream Twitter accounts and social media platforms picked it up, like NBA Central and Bleacher Report. I'm not going to read them off because they've pretty much said the same exact thing. They're just reporting on the news as well. But here's where I was waiting to report on the news. As you can see right here, Bleacher Report, they made this article right here where it says, man matching description of Memphis commit Mikey Williams was arrested. That's why I waited so long to report on this. They didn't come out and say, oh, Mikey Williams was arrested. They just said somebody that looked like him was arrested. And I'm going to be honest, when my friend was telling me this, I was kind of skeptical. I was like, it probably ain't even Mikey Williams. These news articles and these sports media pages, it's the off season. They got nothing to talk about. They just want clicks and views. But turns out it is Mikey Williams. Here is the only information we know is 100% true. He was being held at the San Diego Central Jail, and he was already released on bail, and he's scheduled to appear in court on April 20th. I'm going to repeat that again. Mikey Williams is not in jail if I'm hearing everything correctly. He's already been released on bail. As to how much his bail was, I haven't seen any of that. I'm sure we'll hear more about that in the hours to come. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to understand something. We're going to learn more stuff about this ongoing investigation by the hour, not by the week, not by the few days or one day, by the hour. This young man, Mikey Williams, is the biggest name in high school basketball, probably history. Actually, let me change that. LeBron James was bigger. He's probably second. And I know some people are going to say, oh, Matt, what about Bronny James? And I'm not even going to give Bronny credit because people only talk about Bronny because he's LeBron's son. I'm not holding that against him, but I'm saying Mikey Williams has made himself. LeBron James made himself. Bronny, well, when you think of Bronny, you think of LeBron. You see what I'm saying? But regardless of that, we can just leave it at this. Mikey Williams is one of the biggest names in high school basketball history. As much as I hate to say this for Mikey's sake, this is a big deal. You are the face of high school basketball. You are one of the faces of Puma. You're making tens of millions of dollars, and now you got this going on. If this was a regular 5-star recruit, wouldn't be that big of a deal. Wouldn't be talking about it. But that's not the case. I say it all the time. What's my favorite quote? I know it's getting cliche and corny, but it holds true. With great power comes great responsibility. I love Spider-Man. I think a lot of you know that, and I love a lot of quotes in that movie. That is one of the quotes that you can apply to your life. When you got all this fame, notoriety, and money like Mikey Williams has, a lot of power comes with it. And depending how you look at this, whether it's a good or bad thing, a lot of responsibility comes with it as well. At this point in time, all we officially know, and this is official, not rumors or reports, this is official, is that Mikey Williams was arrested. But, and I have a big but, I'm talking about the biggest but in the world. You need to hear me out. Like I said, I do think this is a big deal, but I still don't want to jump the gun too much. I want to hear both sides of the story. Just because he got arrested, it doesn't mean every single thing you're about to see that comes out about him is 100% true. We don't know anything. We don't know anything at all involving this situation. We just know, hey, he was arrested, he probably did something he shouldn't have done, and that's it. Here's where we're left in the dark. What did he actually do, and how bad was it? Did he actually do something crazy, or did he not? I get it. I know you guys want me to come up here and overreact and be all dramatic and try to overhype this situation, but I try not to do that. I really just want to leave it at where we're at now. He's been arrested, and that's all I'm going to report on. Did he mess up? Did he do something bad? More than likely, yes, but it's the degree of the situation we don't know. I mean, let's just face the facts. He didn't get arrested for sitting in his house and playing video games or chilling watching TV. And it goes back to this. I'm not saying athletes, you can't have fun in life, but I just never understand how all these athletes who have all the money in the world, they have no problems, they got a gold pathway to the NFL or NBA, they can't just stay out of trouble. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. I just firmly believe it's not that hard to stay out of trouble. And by the way, let me clarify this. I'm not throwing shots at Mikey. I'm not even talking about Mikey. I'm talking about these athletes in general. We see it all the time. As far as it goes for Mikey, I've talked to him a couple of times. I'm not going to act like we're best friends. We've shot a couple messages back and forth. And I do feel really bad for him. I think he's genuinely a great guy. And I hate to say that because I need to just be reporting on the news and I shouldn't get personal when it comes to situations like this. But I do think he's a good guy. And for that reason alone, I know a lot of people aren't going to like this, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I want to hear his side of the story. I want to wait until more details have come out, and I think you guys should as well. I like Mikey. I think he's a cool dude. I get it. I know it's popular right now for a bunch of people to hate on him. They've been doing it the past 2 or 3 years. So whenever somebody comes out and says, hey, I think Mikey Williams is a cool guy. Everybody's going to say, oh, yeah, you're deriding and you're glazing them and blah, 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 blah. That's how it is in 2023. You can't give anybody props anymore without somebody clowning you. But I don't care. I'm not put on this earth to follow the crowd and do what others do and believe what they believe in. I'm my own man. I make my own opinions. I make my own assumptions. If 99 people say Mikey Williams is an a-hole and I ain't met him, I ain't calling him an a-hole because I haven't had an interaction. And it's the same thing for these people criticizing him, saying, oh, he acting like he got out the hood and blah, 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 blah. You don't even know him. Do I think Mikey Williams had this tough life growing up? I don't know, because I wasn't around him when he was growing up. But here's what I will tell you. I believe Mikey is a guy who was really good at basketball, really passionate about basketball. The next thing he knows, he's the biggest thing since sliced bread, and he's a multimillionaire from playing the game he's played his entire life. It happened all so fast, and you got to think about this. For my athletes out there, if you were good in high school or you're currently good, and trust me, you know if you're good or not, you have an ego and you're slightly cocky. And there's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. Every man out there has an ego. And I'll tell you for myself, I thought I was hot crap when I was scoring 20 or 30 points a game in high school. I couldn't imagine on top of that if I was making millions of dollars. Let's be real now. A lot of us think when we play baseball and we go 3 for 4, or we play basketball and we score 22 points, we're the next Kobe Bean Bryant. Imagine how cocky and how egotistical some of us would be if we were also making millions of dollars in high school. Think about that. And I'd say Mikey Williams has handled himself pretty good over the past couple of years. When you're making that kind of money, it's hard for it not to get to your head. I say that to say this. He's had a ton of pressure on him the past 3 years, and he's in high school. Y'all know how I am. I don't give college athletes the benefit of the doubt too much, but since he's in high school, I'm going to. We'll probably talk about this real soon. I got a feeling. Let me know your thoughts down below. But,